Good morning.
Goeiemôre.
Yeah, this morning, it's Thursday morning. It's a lovely sunny morning, to be quite frank, after the weekend that we had that was blistering. I won't say blistering hot, but it was humid. It felt like, to the people who know Durban, felt like Durban for me for a while. So what was your thoughts about that?
That was very hot.
As I saw you were struggling a bit because all my air cons in the house is always on. So, yeah. But the humidity is probably something that we get this time of the year, and I don't think that it's really that bad a thing. So yeah, it shows us that summer is here for a while until it disappears. Okay. So this morning I want to talk about some insurance mistakes that people make, or new immigrants make, or it could be even an old immigrant who still make the same insurance mistakes. One of the big things that I see that people do, or mistake that they make, they buy something that they don't really know what it is for.
Insurance-wise.
Insurance-wise, yeah. And it's a problem. The problem is, point one, or let me say, there's two ways to tackle this problem. Point one, they buy from somebody that they do trust, an advisor. This guy girl tells them this is the best product for you, blah blah blah, and they do believe them because that's what we do as people. We try and believe in people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the advisors are selling these products purely for income or whatever, but sometimes people try to impress you with a product that's got this amount of benefit, but it will struggle to pay out, because this is why you buy insurance. You didn't buy insurance so you can go and brag around the fire. I'm paying $1,000 to buy insurance. Nobody does that. You buy insurance so that it will pay out the day that you need it.
Yeah.
And that's why I sell insurance. The insurance that I sell is there, and I know these companies will be there the day that those people need that specific insurance. Sometimes, yes, people think if you hit your toe, you can claim under cancer. It does not work like that, but it's small things. Our biggest claims that we had the past, I would say, how long are we here? 8 years, past 8 years. I would say 99% of all our claims have been paid out.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about some very weird claims. I'll go into some of these a bit later. So just for whatever people were thinking it is that I'm really an insurance advisor, let me show you that. I work for the JVFS group. I'm also the bill payer at the JVFS group. So if IRD wants money, they come to me. So one of the things that I do see that people buy is a product called severe trauma. And advisors love to sell this product. I don't know for the heck of me why.
What is it?
Okay, let me explain to you what it is. Trauma is something that you buy that will pay out in the case of you having cancer, heart attacks, strokes, these type of things. Okay, so you got that. It's something that will pay out if you have a medical
So
incident.
that's trauma cover.
That's trauma cover.
Yes.
It will pay out sometimes a portion because you were in the hospital or in ICU for a few days. That will pay out for various different things. But the main thing for trauma for me, heart attacks, strokes, cancers, these type of things, because that's the main claims I do have. I do not have a ton of people lying in ICU. I from time to time have one. I think I've had one ICU claim in the 8 years I've had. But I've had a heap of big cancer claims. And that's when I want my trauma claim to be paying out to those lines.
Yes.
Now, what advisors do, they would give people about $50,000 of normal trauma that'll pay out. And then they give them the severe trauma. They give them $250,000 of severe trauma.
So what is severe trauma?
It looks so good. And you think, yes, the shit is cheap. Because it's shit, that's why. Severe trauma pays out. And I've actually made a note down here this morning. It's any mistake. Let's talk severe trauma payout under cancer. Any metastatic cancer classified as stage 3, based on the TNM classification, which is normal one, where all treatment modalities have failed and been exhausted, and where no other therapies are available, and where the progression of the cancer can be identified, or stage 4. So stage 3, and there's no other help for you at all. That's very, very late in cancer's life.
Okay.
That's extremely, extremely late in cancer's life. Normally, all other good companies would have paid out now the normal trauma already. But now this, I'm not going to name companies. I'm not here to badmouth any company this morning. Please get that over. The specific definition is you have to be so far off on you are nearly dead. Let's be quite frank. I mean, if there's no other treatments are available for you, what is there left? Nothing. Once you've reached that point, only then will this severe trauma pay out in the case of cancer. And if you go and read that, and it's a lengthy document. It's a lengthy document. Once you read that, you'll see that basically every type of illness that they describe there is when there's no other how can I say, no other treatments available at all.
Okay, so what do you think would be the reason for severe trauma cover? Is it for your family, maybe? So that
No,
you know
I would
you
basically think if somebody doesn't have any money and you can only afford $8 or $10 per month, then you probably give it. But I would rather take that $8 or $10 and put that into normal trauma as well, because you'll get that out on a lesser stage, in a way lesser stage.
Yeah.
So to be quite frank, let's talk about how many claims we've had that would have been under the severe trauma area. I think about 2 in my life. For those people, the life cover has already started paying out. Yeah, because that is terminal illness.
Yeah.
That's basically terminal illness. If you really have got nothing else to live for, this cancer cannot be stopped, there's no further medical intervention that they can do, only then this trauma cover will pay out. The severe trauma will pay out.
So do you think maybe people would take out that cover to kind of add to their life cover so that there's extra money available for the family?
Yeah, but
Or is it not worth it?
I just feel it's a bit of a gamble.
Okay.
It's a bit of a gamble, because if you get a normal cancer, just a normal stage 3 cancer, they give you radiotherapy or chemo or whatever you get these days, or a lot of pills that makes you very sick, and you become healthy thereafter.
Yeah.
You will never have a severe trauma claim.
No.
Never.
Okay.
But this has taken time from you. Having cancer, it's not a joke. It's really not a joke. It's you become very ill, and for a period of time, you probably won't be able to work, but you'll get no money, no income for this. So those people who only give their clients $50,000 or $20,000 of normal trauma,
It's not going to be enough.
you're not doing your client a favor. You're actually shooting them in the foot at the end of the day. And let me be quite frank, I actually believe you should have at least 1 year of salary for trauma. And the reason why I say so, this is personal experience. I had 5 heart bypasses, and at that stage, I was so pressed for time. Yes, I did have income protection, and I did have a trauma that paid out. Trauma paid out not badly for me, because luckily I had actually by accident took trauma cover for myself. But I had income protection that came from the previous company. I just kept the income protection. One other reason I never stopped it. I wasn't a big believer at that stage in income protection, because I felt it's money going down the drain. But for me, I pressured myself so to get back to work, especially in the commission earning space only. I pressured myself so hard to get back to work. But if you are so ill, you can't work for a period of time, you want to take time to go and rest.
Yeah, you don't want to stress.
No, I fully believe today I should have taken another 3 months just to heal well. Not to get back, within a month I was back working with my chest still open, and everybody had to help me. So yeah,
In your recliner.
in my recliner. So I actually for that period of time I slept in a recliner every day. So that was one of the things that helped me through the time. But I mean, if there was more money and I could take another 3 months, yes, I probably would have gotten my income protection paid out for another 3 months. But at that stage, I was so pressed just to get back to work. And this is the problem with us all. We don't get this bad stuff really happening to us when we are old and on pension. Yeah, it does happen to them as well. Sorry about that. But if you're on mid-career and now suddenly you have a heart attack, which does happen.
Yes, it
and
happens.
it has happened to a lot of my clients. Or you need a heart valve replacement or one of these things.
Or a stroke.
Or a stroke. You need to take time off to heal 100%. And if there's no money to take time off, or you've got severe trauma, it's not going to pay out.
Yeah.
It's not going to pay out.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that is true.
All right, let's step away from severe trauma, which is not a good product. The other problem I see with a lot of immigrants, they take too little insurance. And I know money is always the thing. And at the end of the day, end of the night, when I speak to people, I say to them, is this affordable? It's got to be
It's
affordable.
got to be
And
affordable.
at any time of your life, when you've got an insurance policy with me or with any other broker, and it's not affordable anymore, don't go and cancel this thing. It's the stupidest thing to ever do. Go and talk to your broker and say, wow, it's becoming, because policies become more every year. They go up. Go and say to them, guys, it's becoming a bit expensive. Let's talk about it. Let's get it done. Let's get it lowered for you. It's easy to do that. And we like to help our clients because I'm just one of those people. I like talking to people. So
Yeah. And one thing that I just want to add, because I see this a lot, is if you're struggling to pay the premiums on your policies, don't feel bad about it. We all go through hardship at some stage of our life. So what I find is that some people, they struggle financially and then they want to cancel or they want to go cheaper and then they don't want to tell the broker. I don't know if it's an ego thing or I don't know what it is, but they'd rather cancel with the company directly or they'll go and find another broker to give them something cheaper. It's as if you feel kind of
you feel bad about
because you can't afford it, but it is not. You don't have to feel bad about it. We've all been there. We all go through that.
To be quite frank, we've got about 10 to 15% of all our clients every month that miss a premium somewhere.
It happens.
Jeez, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
That is so normal. That is so normal. The one big problem that people do, they go to the next broker and the next broker tell them, oh yeah, take the severe trauma. You can get $250,000 off for only $20.
Yeah.
They think, wow, this is a bargain.
But they don't know what it actually pays out for. Yeah, it's true.
Do you know the stats?
No.
Okay. 90% or 93% of all insurance brokers, 93% of all insurance brokers don't even last 3 years in this business. Yeah, that's the stats, and there's a reason why. Okay. From taking too little insurance, let's talk about what I reckon is probably the least of. If you only have a small bit of amount of money, if you are the breadwinner, take a life cover. Take a life cover. Because if you're not there tomorrow morning, your family is really going to suffer. And if you're a new immigrant to the country, if you go to the banks, they will only give you $100,000 or some simple stuff like that. Get a real broker. Get somebody who can sell you more than $100,000 of life cover, and get a life cover for the amount of money that you can afford.
Yeah,
that's a bare minimum that you can do. I've seen so many families down here that didn't have a cent left when their breadwinner died, and it has happened quite a lot.
Yeah.
It has happened quite a lot.
Yeah. The thing is, you can start small, what you can afford, then as you go, you can just add to that. You know?
And insurance is a hate buy. I promise you myself as well. When I think, geez, I must buy more life cover, except the fact that I pay 200% more than the normal person because of the heart condition, it's a hate buy. I know it's money that's going out, but at the end of the day, I know if anything happens tomorrow morning to me, my family is sorted, point one. All my debt has been paid. They won't come and climb on my wife's head and say, well, you must pay the house, and they put her out of the house. And there is a nice bridge, by the way.
Yes.
I should tell you where. And there is a swag that I haven't used a lot. So, yeah, that's always the big thing for me is if something happens to you, then it's normally, everybody now, they do give a little page and they want to do this and that. The amount of money that you get out of it, give a little page, is normally not enough to set you up for life again.
Yeah.
The knock you take when a breadwinner dies is so big. And yes, in any two people partnership, even if it's same-sex marriages, is that the right word? May I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
To say that.
Even if it's a same-sex marriage thing, then one of those people are earning more money than the other. That is the norm. And if that person, and I call them the breadwinner, if that breadwinner dies, the other person is left in dire straits. I'm really in dire straits, especially if there's debt.
Yeah.
And we all need debt because we need to buy a car, we need to buy a house as life progresses. All of those things cost money, yes, and it costs money, and it takes away from the amount of money you have for insurance, but you have to protect yourself and everybody else against that.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's just to get the basics covered. Other thing that people are unknown of or that they misunderstand is ACC.
Yeah, that's a very good topic.
That's a topic in its own, and I can go on for hours about that. But I'll try and I'll try and do that in a few minutes. The ACC stands for Accident Compensation Corporation. All right. There's about 3 big misconceptions around ACC, because ACC will pay out if there is an accident. Okay, if it's accidental. You could be drunk tonight, walking from the pub, fall over the curb. That's an accident. ACC will pay out. You could hurt your back picking up your toolbox at work tomorrow. It's an accident. You get a stroke tomorrow morning. It's not an accident. No ACC. All right. ACC covers illness. That's a misconception. That's a false misconception. ACC will never cover any illness. ACC pays full income. That's another misconception. People think ACC is going to replace their whole salary. ACC will pay out depending on what your fund salary is, and that will be up to 80% of your normal salary. But it could also be that you are on a capped portion, which means you are like myself, an employer, or I'm my own boss. So I've done the least amount of money that I can on ACC. So I will be, if I've got an accident, I will be paying out a small amount because I've got other stuff that covers me.
Yes.
And then the other big misconception is ACC lasts indefinitely. ACC tries to get you back at work as soon as possible. I know of another South African who's lost his leg here in an accident, and ACC paid out 80% of his salary for about 2 years. And thereafter, they retrained him to do something else and said, "There you go, bye-bye, love you, leave you."
You can't expect them to look after you forever.
You can't expect them to look after you forever.
Explain to me ACC, because I know that you pay ACC.
Okay.
The normal guy.
Everybody pays ACC.
Oh, where do I pay ACC?
The company pays it for you.
Okay, so if you're employed, the company will pay your ACC.
And ACC covers everybody, even the tourists coming here from Vietnam or South Africa as a tourist only.
Okay.
Even they are covered by ACC. And ACC, if used correctly, is a very, very good thing.
Yes.
The one problem is that a lot of people think that ACC will cover everything. So I need to have my teeth extracted. Oh, that's an accident. ACC will. Nah, sorry. So
if you fall and you
hurt. Let's say you fall, you hurt your back.
No, say you fall and your teeth fall out.
Different thing. Different thing. They will probably cover that. But it's, once again, it has to be. You have to have a fall. It can't be that, this teeth is rotten. I actually fell a week ago and stuff like that.
There was a funny spider bit me a while ago, and it was really severe. It was bad.
Was the spider covered by ACC?
And the doctor said that it's covered by ACC. So even like a spider bite is covered by that.
And a lot of places where you go to the doctor will just do everything for you.
You don't have to worry about it.
You don't need to go and see ACC. Sorry, Venita, I didn't see you say good morning. Good morning, Venita. Good morning, everything. ACC is very good with injuries, she says, on that side. She also said that she's just our insurance reviewed by me. After 22 years, we have the same cover plus a basic buyback for trauma with a saving of $400 per month. Yeah.
Don't you want to just explain what the buyback is? Because that is very confusing.
A lot of people, and let me say, it's not only confusing, it's confusing even for ChatGPT. I had to retrain ChatGPT the other day on what the buyback for trauma is. Okay. When you have a trauma claim, the way that I structure my traumas is they will pay out the full amount, or mostly they'll pay out the full amount. Trauma. Let's say you've got a heart attack and it confers to all the needed dots and Q's and all the stuff, and everything is correct there, and they have to pay out. They will pay out the whole amount. So if you've got $100,000 off cover for a heart attack, it will pay out. For cancer, it will pay out $100,000.
Okay.
So once you have that paid out, it depletes the amount.
Yes.
Now, what the buyback does, once you've done this, the company will send you a letter saying you can buy back all your trauma as well. You can buy back all the trauma.
So that is in place again.
In place again. So you've got another $100,000 basically for another type of illness.
But not for the same one. Or does it pay for the same one? So you had cancer. The cancer comes back.
Let's say you got cancer and you got the same type of cancer. There's probably not going to be a payout.
Okay.
Okay. If you've got a total different type of cancer and it's probably after a year or so, that cancer could be paid out.
Okay.
But if the next day you have a heart attack, while you
will
had
pay
it'll pay out.
Okay, so that makes,
Yep.
so then you're in the same position than you were before. You still have trauma cover.
Still have trauma cover.
Okay, so that's the buyback. But I know that is quite expensive, the buyback, is it?
No, the buyback's not expensive. The buybacks cost $1 or $2 actually, it's because just the added benefit that lies down there. But once you take the buyback, how can I say, you're a bit older, but that's only could be a year more of premium. So the other big thing that I see, and luckily I don't see this too often, and I'm really honest if I say I'm luckily I don't see this often. I have done this once in my life, and I had to do this because the company forced me. That was the only cover they were willing to give this guy, and this is to give disability or income protection for any occupation. Okay, so you are let's talk. You're a doctor, right? You know how to do doctor things, the GP, whatever you do. Okay. Own occupation means what does a doctor do?
Mm-hmm.
So that is what they will look at. Part of the criteria will be, can you do your own occupation? And they'll come and have a look and see, what does a doctor do? What does an electrician do? What does a plumber do?
Okay.
If you've got any occupation, okay, they'll come and see, can you do any occupation?
Okay.
So they'll go to the doctor and say, oh, can you sweep floors? He can say, oh, yeah. And go sweep floors.
Okay.
Right, we don't pay out.
So you have to go for the own occupation.
Own occupation under income protection and under disability. That is so important. Yes. And luckily, I don't see a lot of advisors making this mistake. I do see it from time to time, but not a lot. And I only sold it once in my life, and I had a claim on that. Believe it or not, any job or any occupation disability.
Oh,
the one guy I thought, okay, let's hope you never ever have anything happens to you. The companies wasn't willing to give him anything else than that. And we had a claim on that, and we fought about for 8 months.
And
we got paid out.
Okay.
Got paid out. The problem was on his side as well, because if they called him up, because the insurers use different people to call you and ask you certain questions. They would use lawyers. They would use
and all these people ask if you can function.
If you can function, I mean, it's not they're trying to catch you out. It's not like that. So they're looking at ways, or let me say, good insurance companies not trying to catch you out and say, oh yeah, but you. So they're trying to look at ways to pay out. That is good insurance companies. That's what they do.
Okay. They want to pay out.
They want to pay out, but they have to tick all the boxes. So what happened now? They called this guy and they would ask him, can you do salesman jobs? He was into heavy machinery, those type of things. So they would call him up and say, can you do a salesman job? And he was like, yes, man, I can be a salesman. Yeah.
Oh,
in his mind, he was still thinking I can do all of these things.
Yeah.
And actually, he could not do this. Great people, but one small thing, and I actually eventually sat down with the claim handler, and we had a very long discussion, and we had a lot of laughs, and they understood where he came from, and then they said they'll send somebody else. I had to speak to his wife as well, so she could be there for him and just help him through this time. So
oh my God. And terrible things happen, and you always think you're young, nothing's going to happen to you. We've seen terrible things happen to young people that you never thought that they're healthy, they're working, and then just the next day something terrible happens. So,
and it happens like, and you still think, this guy had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Can't believe it. I mean, this guy's running every day.
Yeah, no, it is. It happens.
I've got a client, and he's probably could be listening this morning, but he's extremely fit. Extremely fit. He was the last person ever in my life that I would ever thought would have any medical problem. This is how fit this guy is. He's absolutely an inspiration. Even for me, I mean, geez, if I can be 10% of what he is, I would be super fit. And he had a massive heart attack, a massive heart attack.
Yeah. So it can happen to anyone.
Can happen to anybody. There's no thing that says, oh, you must be fat or you must be slow or old or there's nothing. That stuff just happens. So, and the problem is we don't know when.
Yeah.
So,
and just remember also, if you have insurance and you're going through a financial something, maybe you lost your job or whatever, and you can't afford your premiums, there's always with the insurance company some way that they can give you leeway on your premiums for a few months, and then you just have to repay it afterwards. But that will give you some time not to worry about it, not to make your policy lapse.
And to be quite frank, there was quite a few people that I really knew that had hardship, and I even paid their premiums just to, because I was afraid if they lapse that policy and anything happens to them, especially when you're in this stressful situation. So
things happen. Anything else insurance wise?
I would just think, don't put it off for too late. Don't put it off for late. Let me talk to younger people. I'm talking real younger people between 20 and 30. There's different ways to take insurance, and if you take a type of level premium insurance, sometimes if you're between 20 and 30, it's the same price as an age-rated one, but it will never go up in premium.
Oh,
yeah, it's just your broker's got to look around and play around with these things and work it out. The other day, I did a premium for a young guy. He's actually 17. He's just started off as apprenticeship, and he's a type of welder type of thing. So if he gets hurt on the job, so we did $500,000 of disability for him. I did $50,000 of life cover, so that if he dies, that they can at least get him buried. I did the bare minimum for him, but on the $500,000 of disability, or on both of these benefits, I actually went and gave him a 10-year premium price.
Okay.
So for the next 10 years, his price will be the same. And it actually cost him $1 per week more.
Okay.
And that $1, what he now pays more, would be within the first year on the age-rated premium would have been wiped out.
Yes.
So the first year thereafter, he would have been paid $1.50 more or something. So he scores a lot.
Yeah, and just remember, the lingo, the insurance lingo is, I sometimes don't understand it even. So if there's something that you don't understand, don't just decide, okay, no, this is not for me, or yes, okay, I'm going to do this. Ask someone that really knows and can explain it to you.
You know, when I give somebody a quote, I give them a quote on basically all the benefits. I like people to see all the benefits that they can have. I'm not saying take that policy, because sometimes I even think, this is expensive. But I want to show them you can get income protection. And for new immigrants, sometimes I say, Jan, send me a policy of $800 per month. I say, no, that is expensive. But meanwhile, I gave them everything that they could have just to show them where they are. And once I have a chat with them, I say, okay, guys, let's talk budget. I want to cut this. Is this more affordable? We come to an affordable price. And the other thing that I use the best companies that you can think of. Yeah. Because tomorrow, my client wants to claim, and then the company should not turn their back on them.
Yep.
Guys, if you buy anything online, that's your own fault if they don't pay out. Especially these guys who don't do upfront underwriting. You must have underwriting upfront, because it's the way you are today, not the way you are down the line.
And the thing is, if you don't have a broker helping you, you have to fight for that yourself. Yep. I can just imagine how difficult.
The other thing is, most brokers do carry one or another type of insurance, which if I gave the wrong information, then the client can claim against me. I only once had a claim ever in my life, and this was from somebody whose barn burned down. Believe it or not, their barn burned down, and they thought that I insured the barn under the life cover. But
okay.
Once the claim reached me, I sent it back to the that was in South Africa, because in South Africa you take a chance. I sent it back to the people who ran the complaint and said to them, "Really, are you really thinking I should answer this?" And at the end of the day, no.
So no, life cover doesn't cover your household items.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And then just one small thing we need to end it now. Your broker should be able to give you a will. It's very, very important. So you've got this money it will pay out once you die, but what's going to happen to that? Normally it goes to the wife and so forth, but what happens if the wife is not there at that stage, or the partner, or the husband, or whatever? If they are not there, what does happen with that money? That's so important to have a will. And if your broker can't give you a will, you should probably think about getting a different broker. I'm being quite frank. And then there are probably only brokers, not financial advisors. So it's a bit of a difference there. All right. Anything from you? Anything? Looks my English this morning.
Yeah. I was still going to ask about something else.
If you want to do it quickly, let's do it.
You've got life insurance in South Africa. Now you come to New Zealand. The broker in South Africa says, keep your life insurance.
Yeah. I do understand why they say that, because they will lose money if they move their life insurance. But not all life insurances will pay out in New Zealand. The other big problem that we have with those type of things, and that's a clause in most policies in South Africa that says you can be called into the offices if you have a claim. So if you have a trauma claim, let's say you've got cancer. I've seen it happen quite a few times in South Africa. Every insurance company, or Sanlam's, Liberties, all these, they do have medical doctors. Yes. And those doctors look at the claim and say, I'm not 100% sure what this is. And they get the people in, they do their own type of examination or talk to them through this whole story. And sometimes you will have to travel back to South Africa just to get your claim paid.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is it's cheaper here than in South Africa.
I was just going to say, so would you suggest keep your insurance in place until you are here and settled and get your insurance?
Get a broker that, like me or somebody, or financial advisor. Let me call it financial advisor. I'll be called a financial advisor than a broker. But yeah, get one of us to have a look at that, especially somebody who is from South Africa, who do understand the South African policies, because there is a bit of a difference between them. Not a massive difference, but there is a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Have a look at that and so forth. That's the question coming in from Dustin Botha. Yes, we do wills. We do wills. We do have lawyers and everything else that's on standby for us should anything happen to either of the people that are the owner of the will. So that'll be the executors, and they can work through that. So, but from our side, we do wills. So,
okay.
All right, guys, if you need anything insurance-wise, life cover, disability, trauma, even KiwiSaver or investments, I haven't even touched that. That's a different topic on its own. Please feel free to reach out and get hold of us. And yeah, we're just a phone call away. Thanks for this morning. Anything else?
Have a good long weekend.
Yeah, that's long weekend, eh? Kort week.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Yeah, bye.
Bye.